One thing I have observed, maybe it's not just me, but one thing I have observed is, hold on, let me just put the light on. One thing I have observed is how the black community seems to be becoming more divided. I mean, we seem to be having a lot of these xenophobic issues that seem to be cropping up. You know, we've got African Americans against black British against African Americans, Caribbean people against African people, and it's absolutely madness. And to think one of the biggest things is that white supremacy has created is division within the black community. You know? Now, when you talk about community, you're also talking about small little communities within countries as well. So we can talk about when the Windrush came over here to the UK in the 1940s. How because they were brand new to the UK, they had to, you know, stick together in one little community, you know. And what they did, because they were denied housing, what they would do was they would pull their money together and then buy a house together, or buy houses together, and that's what they did. However, I don't mean to take the piss, but asking a black person now to pull your money together so you can come up in the world, I'm not really seeing how that's gonna happen now, because I've noticed that a lot of people tend to be out for themselves and there is a lot of competition. So, you know, asking someone within your community, yo, I want to buy a house, I can't really afford to pay for it by myself, like, can you help? That person will most likely tell you no. I mean, it's 2018 now. The world has changed. Originally, we bought houses together because racism and discrimination meant that we had no choice to do this. Banks were refusing you loans. People weren't allowing you to rent their houses purely because of the colour of your skin. They wouldn't want to allow you to rent your houses. So then you had to, as a community, come together, pour your money and purchase the houses yourselves. But now I'm not really seeing how that's going. I'm not really seeing how that's going to work. Now, going back to the xenophobia that I've been noticing cropping up a lot is, if you're on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, you'll see a lot of this negative attitudes, attitudes and just being flung everywhere. I'm saying the most vile, downright disgraceful things that are completely unnecessary. Just because there are differences within each country, it does not mean that we are not all black. This is just foolishness. Like us Caribbean people, like, I don't understand. Like, I've noticed Caribbean people have been saying about, oh, when someone says to them, oh, are you Nigerian or are you Ghanaian? They're saying, oh, no, I'm not Nigerian, I'm not from Ghana, I'm Caribbean, can you not see the flags in my name? And I'm like, seriously, think about it from this perspective. There is a thing called phenotypes, and phenotypes is what is in your DNA, and it shows basically your ethnicity. So someone saying to you that they assume you're from Nigeria is not a bad thing. They're saying your features look like people from Nigeria. Your features look like someone from Kenya. Your features looks like someone from Somalia. Your features looks like someone from Antigua, whatever, you know? They're like saying that you look like from these different countries, not just African countries, but from Caribbean countries, because even people who are African, some people say to them, oh, are you from this Caribbean country? And they're like, no, I'm African, you know? But I don't understand why Caribbean people are being so hostile about someone saying that they believe they're from this Caribbean country. It does not make no sense to me at all. Like, why would you be so hostile about it? There's nothing to be hostile about. You don't need to be negative about it. They just assumed. All you need to say is, no, I'm not from Africa. I actually don't know which. I mean, I'm not I'm not directly from Africa. I'm actually not sure where my African roots are from. Excuse me. I'm not sure where my African roots come from, where they originate from. So that's all you need to do. You don't need to be so angry about it and say, well, you see my Caribbean flags. Excuse me, love, you was born in the UK, so let's keep it real, okay? You was born in the UK. Don't behave yourself now, okay? Yeah, because I always say my heritage starts in the Caribbean, but it originated in Africa. Now, I'm not sure what African countries. However, I will never, if someone accuses me of saying, oh, are you from such and such African country? Do you think I'll get angry about it? I'll be like, no, I wish I knew which African country I come from, but I don't. So, you know, but there's something to get angry about. And this is the thing, this is the division within the black community I've been noticing. It's actually a form of xenophobia when you get so angry about someone saying, you're from such and such country, and you're actually not. However, why would you get so angry about it? It doesn't make any sense to me, you know, at all. And as far as the xenophobia I've been seeing, we need to see it as every individual country has their own culture. You know, here in the UK, thanks to the Caribbean people moving here to the UK, we have our own form of a culture. It may be slightly diluted because obviously we're not in the Caribbean. However, it's still pertinent. We have transformed this country into what it is today, and nobody can take that away from us, you know? All this like Caribbean food, you can walk down anywhere, in pretty much anywhere in the UK where there is a black population, and you will see at least 1 or 2 Caribbean food shops. And that is as one thing that really upset me though is a lot of these markets have been gentrified and they're being removed. I mean, recently it's just come out that Brixton Market is being closed down. Now, if you don't know about Brixton Market, that's in London, and it's being closed down, and that is a form of gentrification. You see, this is what they do. They will take part in your culture, and then they will remove you from it. And this is what I'm saying. We as a black community need to come together. It does not matter whether you're Caribbean, it does not matter whether you're African. Come together as one. Because this whole division thing is absolutely nonsense. If we are claiming to be a black community, of course there's going to be differences based on where you originate from. However, the whole violence, xenophobia, this whole someone's better than someone else, like louder madness. I mean, I have to admit I've taken part in some of the xenophobic bullshit on Twitter. However, for me, it was mainly a reaction to what I'm seeing someone else doing. So, like, don't take the piss out of my Caribbean culture. Don't do it, please, because I don't understand the reason for it. It just seems like the black community is fractured, and I'm trying to see like how will we put the pieces back together again, because it's all madness. It's all madness. It seems like everybody's arguing. It's like we got black women against black men, and black men against black women, and we've got black Africans against black Caribbean people, or African Americans against black British people, and I'm just like, when will it end? When will the xenophobia stop? When will you stop saying that black British people are taking African American roles? If you understood the racism here in the UK, you would understand why black British people are going to the US, because here there is very limited opportunities for black British actors to progress. So they're having to go to America to actually being able to get a job. It's not just black British actors, it's also black British singers as well. There's been a hell of a lot of UK black singers who have gone on to America and they're able to succeed in America, whereas here in the UK they're not able to succeed because Britain was not built for black people to succeed. And if black people do succeed, it's in a very, very small numbers. It's not a major thing. And this is why so many people are flocking to America, because there's more opportunity there. Not saying that racism in America has gone away. Hell no, it's still there. We just need to read the friggin' stories every single day to know it's there. However, in the UK, the same opportunities are not afforded towards us, so we're having to go to America, and that is why. However, I do understand why African American people do feel like their jobs are being taken away. I do understand that. However, I'm trying to get people to understand it from the Black British perspective. I mean, back in the day, we used to have a number of shows on TV where you could see black families. We had Desmond's, we had the Real McCoy, and now it's like, what has happened? Like, why is our presence no longer on television? And if we are on television, I mean, we're on like EastEnders or Emmerdale, and just like one or two of us, and I'm like, I understand that Black British people, we don't make up major numbers here in the UK, but like, what are you doing really? What are you doing? Like, come on now. Like, it's stupid. It really is stupid. I think we in the black community need to start creating more of our own TV shows. That's just one option. Start writing more scripts, writing our own TV shows. And if that doesn't work, then it just shows you how little we get offered here in the UK, unfortunately. But as far as the black community, we need to stop this xenophobia. Understand that everybody has their own differences, because I'm trying to explain that you see all the racism we're dealing with here in the UK or in America or whatever, and then you think having xenophobic battles day in, day out is going to help the black community. We're trying to heal one another, but how can you heal with violence? It doesn't make any sense at all. So black men and black women, we also need to come together. Okay, I'm going to do a separate video on black men and black women next week, because that will take a whole video. This, I'm just trying to address the black community as a whole. We need to do better. I mean, when you see someone who has sickle cell and they are saying, you know what, one thing that helps me is blood donations. You, as part of the black community, can go donate your blood. I understand a lot of people are afraid of needles. However, I'm just saying this is just a small thing you can do, not a major thing, but it's one small thing that you can do that can help save someone's life. And that is your part of the black community. You don't have to do anything else apart from that. Also, as part of the black community, if you see your friend has started up a black-owned business, yeah, you should be supporting your friend, even if you don't purchase anything from there because you can't afford it. You can share it on Facebook, Instagram. You can talk about it on a YouTube video. You can talk about it in a blog post. You can talk about it on your podcast. But no, it said some of you want to be talking about this celebrity did this celebrity did that. How about you talk about your fucking friends' business? Okay, support them as that. See, this is what I'm saying. Community is also about your friends, your family, yeah, your work colleagues to a degree. However, this whole nonsense about how you're so quick to put money into celebrities' pocket, but you will not put money into your own friend's business, I will never understand that nonsense. And you're always talking about black power this and black power that. Black power me Ross. You don't know nothing about no black power. Because you knew truly about black power if that's supposed to be your best friend, your closest friend, whatever, and you cannot even spend like two or 3 minutes sharing a post to get them attention, then I don't understand where you're getting this black power nonsense from. Like, kibber your tongue. Seriously, kibber it. If you see someone within the black community has started up a foundation Yeah, and they just ask you for either to donate money or to share. That's all you need to do. Okay, don't make a big song or dance about, oh, why should I, why. No, listen, whore your mother's gonna ass, man. Whore your mother's gonna ass. There is no need for this nonsense about why should I do this, why should I do that. Why on earth should they support you with your dreams, your actions and everything, but when they ask you to do one fucking thing, you want to be kicking up a fuss about it? That don't even make any sense to me whatsoever. That doesn't even make any sense to me. You can't do something for a friend or somebody you know personally, but you can support a celebrity. Now, don't get me wrong. I have purchased money. I mean, I've purchased products from Rihanna. I've purchased her perfume. However, I'm also supporting when I can, like the underdogs, like people who are completely independent, because that is part of what I choose to do as being a black person, as being part of the black community. This is what you do. Small things to help people rise. Help your people rise. Because do you know how empowering it is for them when you support something and you share it on your Instagram post and you give a good review because the products are good and the service has been great? But no, I said you want to sit there and bitch and moan about how you're not going to support them because of blah. Because of what? Is the service not good? But you see, that's the one thing I'm never gonna understand. You bitching and moaning about something that doesn't even make any sense when the service is good, the products is good. But the only reason you want to support the celebrity is because everybody else is supporting the celebrity. But so you would let your friend go bankrupt, but you're gonna put money into a celebrity's pocket who is already rich. I mean, if you want to splash on the celebrity's perfume or makeup or whatever, that's okay. That's okay once in a while. However, the same once in a while, you can also spend money on your friend's business. Although, like I said, do something small as sharing. However, I don't understand what it is within the black community these days when everyone always has to make up excuses why they can't do A and B. That never make any fucking sense to me. Like, honestly, it's just one small thing. Fix something there. Or you see, all these small little things you can do. If you see your friend has started writing for a magazine, instead of hating and saying, oh, I wish I was writing for a magazine, did they know you was a writer? Did they? All you need to do is say, congrats, that's brilliant, that's excellent, I'm really proud of you. That's all you need to be saying. Oh, and when their written articles have come out, all you need to do is just share them on Twitter. It's so fucking easy. Retweet or quote tweet. That's all you need to do. Share them on your Snapchat. Share them on WhatsApp between your contacts. Share the article link on Instagram. Just put the link in your bio on Instagram. Boom, done. That's all you need to do. 2 fucking minutes. That's all it will take. You see all these small little things you can do to help one another within the black community? It's small things, small things. It's not no major nothing, so you don't need to be complaining about it. You also want to be complaining, but you don't want to help change the situation. And that is one thing I've never understood, seriously. And this is what I try and do anyway. Whenever I see someone writing an article for a magazine, it's a black person, I'm sharing that shit. Whenever I see someone started up their own fashion line or whatever, I'm sharing that shit. And when someone who's independently black-owned business, I'm sharing that shit. Because to be an independent black-owned business is fucking hard. It's hard as hell. All they need sometimes is a little share so that people can see, because sometimes your page is the one that gets more hits than they do. So for you to go around and say, well, I can't do something as small as that, well, then next time, if you choose to start your own black-owned business, I'm not going to support you either. Okay? All is fair in love and war. Peace.